Hey guys, welcome. This is IIzzy, and we are here with Capitalism Lab. I'm gonna do a kind of tutorial series. We just did a 2-day stream of it over the weekend. I made that kind of a tutorial series. However, I found out during the first episode you could not hear me for most of it unless you had headphones on and turned up to 100%. So I got that fixed on the second day. However, the second day was pretty much just stock manipulation, and the gameplay was really boring. So I'm going to recover pretty much everything. Take a different route this time. I was thinking about it. Oh, also a recap from last game. We had a massive, I don't say bug, but rare event I have not seen before where the one AI is always set to make an operating system, and that AI went bankrupt before it finished the operating system. So there was no operating system on the software market until we made our own. So we came in and just dominated the software market from day one. Like, we controlled it all, and it was only making like maybe 300 million a year, besides the OS that was making like 4 billion. So if you're not in the OS, you might as well forget about that software game. So with that being said, I think we're going to go two paths right away. Again, with how we started last time, farming and an OS, but also I don't want to do automobiles. I think we're going to do furniture this time, or some household thing. Besides that, I want to go back through and make sure the gameplay setup and all that. So this first video is just going to be that. And I'll post this, and then we'll get into the actual gameplay from then on out with longer videos. Alright, so we're going to start from the main menu here. Take a look at the DLCs. I do have them all, including the experimental on. Banking and finance you have to also buy from their extra website. If you just got the first deal package, it was these three. This one you have to get from their site whenever, if you don't have it already. It adds banks and insurance companies. I like banks, but then again, I'm in finance, so makes sense playing this game. Anyway, mods. I am using the real world mod with service edition on. I have yet to figure out how to incorporate multiple mods. So if somebody does know, please post in the Reddit or my comment section, and I will upload it to the Reddit. I have yet to be able to get onto the forums too, so trying to get there. So we're just using the real world service mod. That is enabled. You can tell by up here in the top left corner. If you go here, hit reset, it will not be there, and you can tell you're no longer using the mod. As we load this mod in, it's up there in the corner. So load that in. There you go. Anyway, continuing on, new game, custom game as always. Corporation setup. We're gonna go through the environment. So what do we want to do this time? Do we just want to do 5 cities, or do we crank it up to 7? Well, we'll just stick with 5. 5 cities. We start with low capital. If you start with very low starting cap, you start with like 10 million, I think. With low cap, you're starting 40. No subsidiaries, random events off. Those are like warehouses burning down and stuff like that. That's not really gameplay wise fun. It's just micro. Private company, we are starting as a public company. If we do software first, we want to start private though. We'll start private. We'll start year 1990. Retail stores have multiple floors, so you can have more than one, up to 3. Technology disruption is turned off because of something else later on. Stock market is on. Alternative stock sim basically makes it where you can't sell your own stock to your subsidiaries. And I will read the text because I don't remember exactly all that it does, but I turn it on. If this is set to yes, stock prices are unaffected by the current economic state. The stock price trading between the player's company and its subsidiaries is prohibited, thus making it harder to speculate for quick profits. We found out last time that this does not matter. So I am turning it off because I want the stock price to be affected by current economic states. Um, I really wish that the recording had for that in there. Or sorry, the stream I was able to clip back through. I'm going to have to go through, screen record it on YouTube, or reclip it up and upload it, because there's some funky stuff we did with this. We took our market cap from 500 billion to 5.5 trillion, back down to 500 billion in about a year. We did that like 2 or 3 times buying our stock up. We will see if that happens again, but I think with this turned on or off, it won't. There was also some other shenanigans we were doing in there, which I will, whenever I post a video, explain all that in detail more. This number of competitors will not matter because we are loading a script, which we will get to at the very end. I set all the AI stuff to as high as possible because honestly, the AI is kind of easy in this game. There's also, with the real world mod, tons of industries, so yeah. I do not, however, give them a tech head start because it's just not fun to me at that point. I do turn trade secrets off so you can't see anybody. AIs will merge. So last time we played with this low and it made it very easy to enter markets right away. We're going to up it to high this time and see what happens. Getting into DLCs, subsidiaries, game rule modifiers, we turn natural resources availability to unlimited. What this will do will make it where the mines, the oil wells and all that will run out. However, once they hit 0, they will still produce resources at a decreased rate. No tech head start. The city starts with some money, I don't know how much. Global competitive raising does rise, so it makes things better over time. I mean, makes sense. They donate to rivals, pretty much what all this stuff says. Nothing too fun there. Software revenue index, same as everything else. E-commerce is on. Talent systems you want to set to full and 500% talents if you're using the real world mod. Do not set it to anything lower than this, otherwise you will not have enough people. AI acquisitions, private companies. Acquires, wow, sorry, reading is hard sometimes. They will do that. Everybody will eventually go IPO. Disruption to traditional media is moderate, so by like the year 2020, more people are on the internet than watching media stuff. Software and AI companies I set to high, which didn't really seem that high, to be honest. But then again, that last game was different, so we will see what happens this time. That was a weird game. Banking is all set to moderate. Realistic loan demand I do have set on, so loans aren't like, oh, here's $1 trillion loan when the GDC of the city is 500 billion. Makes no sense. I set maximum loan asset ratio to 100%. Let the banks go crazy. If they want to go insolvent, that's on them. That is not my problem. I am not their babysitter. I'm not the SEC or whatever it would be. That's the stock exchange. I don't whatever the feds are for the banks. They do have to have 5% capital ratio though. The lowest you could go is 1. That's a bit too much for me. Insurance set moderate. Bonds, sure. Global stock on. Others, yep, here it is. VC caps I turned to 10. Makes it more interesting, more money around in the game. They have $5 billion. They invest up to 2.5%. Normally it's set to 1%, 2.5, and 5. More money in the game with this. This will pop up, allowing you to acquire bankruptcies. I didn't do it. No, whenever it happened, we didn't have enough money to really do any of that. I set the product quality for seaports all very low, and import quality is low, so you can't get really good products to start the game. And a constant supply is off as well. I disable every single product at the very beginning of the game as well. So, oh, sorry, for reinvention. So everything is at 0 and we have to invent everything. Makes it So you can't just build a whole bunch of stuff right away. You have to go research. No goals. Go to the script. I'll upload the script into the subreddit, and in the description it'll be a link. Basically what it does is it makes it set to autosave every 15 minutes. And some anti-exploit game cheat. I don't know what it actually does. It says the line enables the special anti-exploit game rule. Under the special anti-exploit game rule, your company can only merge with another company of which it directly owns the majority of the shares. This prevents the parent company from merging with any subsidiaries owned by the first subsidiary. In other words, only the first subsidiary can merge with the parent company. Okay. So basically, let's say Google owns Apple and Apple owns Microsoft. If Google wants to merge with Microsoft, they can't do that. Google has to merge with Apple first and then merge with Microsoft. And we hit the next one is 100 AIs in the game and then 50 competitors. And we hit start. And that's where we look. There's no AI actually in yet, so we won't be able to see what they're doing. We'll have to wait a minute. One's focusing on retail, 2 are on retail, 1's on bank. Yeah, they'll come all in a second. But that'll be for whenever we start the game with the actual video. And as I leave this one, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. That all helps the algorithms, all that fun stuff. I'm only going to say it at this video. Rest of them, I won't. So we'll catch you once we start the game. Have a good one.